I got a problem, I got a strange addiction. Somebody help me, I need an intervention. It ain't alcohol or weed, there's just one thing that I need. I got an addiction to fruit trees. Got an addiction to fruit trees. I take a persimmon to breathe. Hey, the next one I'm getting jujube. Got an addiction to fruit trees. Peace, family. Just wanted to show you real quick the preparation area that I made for my future Paw Paw. I have 2 Paw Paw seedlings right now, and I want to get an actual name variety, a Shenandoah, and put it in this little area here. You have to have different varieties in order for them to pollinate. And with the 2 seedlings that I have, more than likely they're not going to pollinate each other. So I'll need something different. And the name varieties, they call them the Peterson's Paw Paw varieties. You know, they have a reputation for being really good. So I'm going to eventually get a Shenandoah. I may get another one as well, a Rappahannock. I really like those names. They're named after like rivers and things like that in my state, some of them. But I'm gonna have it here where that stick is. And then right here, where this stick is, I'll have a fig tree. So just to kind of explain what I did, I sheet mulched. So I used cardboard. I soaked the cardboard down and just laid it down in this area. I'm gonna expand it to make it wider because I want to put other things here as well. But the 2 main things will be the fig tree and then the paw paw. So I sheet mulched it. I put some, well, first of all, I kind of loosened the soil underneath. And when I loosened the soil underneath, I put my kitchen scraps because I don't have a lot of compost right now, but I wanted to put something down that would attract beneficial insects and worms and things like that, and eventually bacteria. So we put the kitchen scraps down. I put the soaked cardboard over top, and then I put down some soil, and then I mulched it pretty heavy with that forestry material that I talked about in the fall and winter. It's basically, you know, it's mostly wood chips now, but it has a mixture of wood chips and leaves and things like that from the fall. What I also did, so this is where the paw paw will be sitting. What I also did in this area, which is probably about 1.5 feet in front of where the paw paw will be sitting, I dug out, you know, what they call a swale. So I dug like a trench, probably about 1 foot deep. I piled the soil that was under there, which was mostly like, it wasn't too compacted, but it was a lot of red clay, which is nutrient dense. And I packed it, I placed it here and made this mound where the paw paw tree will be sitting. The paw paw tree they have deep tap roots as well. So it'll dig down deep. I'm gonna put some comfrey around to kind of loosen the soil as well. We'll do some more mulching. And the purpose of that swale, and I'm sure that a lot of you are familiar with that terminology, is to hold water. I put wood chips over top so you couldn't really see it. But what will happen is when it rains and when the water runs, because this is down a slope, when the water runs down here, it'll catch in this area and it'll sit there so that the roots from the paw paw tree will have access to extra water. So that will, you know, that'll keep me from having to water all the time. And it'll just give it a continuous source of moisture. I had a coworker that actually told me that in our state, well actually, yeah, in our state, but probably about 30 minutes from where I live, there's a whole area and it's near a river. And it's just a bunch of paw paws that grow out there wild. And I've read and heard that paw paws like to grow around water sources. So I figured I would set up a miniature water source here. You know, like I said, even though there's wood chips there, those wood chips actually soak up water as well. So it'll be like a sponge and those roots will have access to it. Now the point of the fig tree is to, well, this is if I don't get impatient and just do it out of order, but I want to ideally put one of the fig trees here that I've been growing inside and let that grow up kind of tall. I'm gonna keep it pruned, but I'll let it grow up kind of tall just to provide some shade for the pawpaw when we get it. Pawpaws, when they're young, you know, they can't take a whole lot of direct sun. If y'all recall the 2 seedlings that I had those covered by sort of like a curtain type of apparatus that I set up with a t-shirt and a tomato trellis. So as opposed to setting that up, you know, I may still do that, but hopefully this fig tree will grow up tall enough by that time to where it'll provide some shade for the pawpaw, so it'll grow comfortably, you know, without being scorched by the sun. And then eventually that pawpaw will take off within the next few years. It'll get taller than the fig tree. Like I said, I'm gonna keep the fig tree pruned anyway. And you know, it'll basically take over this area. So I don't wanna make this too long. I just wanted to show you what I did. And you know, that's pretty much it. Like I said, hopefully I don't get impatient and just grab the pawpaw and put it in there and then just kind of figure out sheltering it from the sun. But you know, I've talked a lot about the plug and play method that we've been using, you know, with us preparing this spot. You know, I'm hoping that, you know, when I do get that pawpaw, which will probably be, if I'm patient, it'll probably be like next fall or next spring. By the time we do that, this area it'll be rich as far as, you know, the soil structure. It won't be as compacted as it was. Like I said, it wasn't, you know, greatly compacted, but it was, you could tell that it was a lot of red clay there. But that'll break down and, you know, it'll be just a great environment for the new baby. So I'll keep you posted on that. I'm gonna keep working on this area and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.